So you want to start shooting weddings, eh? But you have no one to shoot. Well, let me help you with that. So I'm assuming the reason why you clicked on this video is that you were in the same position that I was when I first started. You're a photographer or videographer who wants to get started in shooting weddings, but you just don't know where to start. You've got questions on your mind like, where in the world do you find couples to shoot, and how do you even track them if you have no portfolio to show off? I mean, why would anyone ever hire someone who doesn't even have a portfolio to show off their wedding photos or their wedding films? No one would hire a person like that. If what I just said really resonates with you and you're in that situation, I want to say to you, don't worry, because every wedding photographer or videographer has been there once before, and I want to give you today some tips and tricks on how to get your first wedding clients. So if you're a photographer or videographer who wants to get into the wedding industry, you want to start shooting weddings, but you don't yet have any clients and you don't yet have a portfolio, I want to give you 3 tips on how to build your portfolio, and then from there we're going to talk about how to get your first clients. Before I continue this video, I gotta give a quick shout out to this episode's sponsor, and that's Skillshare. You maybe have heard of Skillshare, maybe you never checked it out before, but I would highly suggest it. Skillshare is an online service with thousands of courses to help you learn about pretty much anything and everything. And I myself am actually a teacher on Skillshare, and I have 2 courses right now available. One is about wedding photography, composition, how to shoot portraits, and all that jazz. And the second course that I just added to Skillshare just recently is on how to vlog and grow your YouTube channel. If you want to check out Skillshare and decide for yourself, would this be a resource that would be helpful for you, you can actually click the link in my description, and with that link you will get 2 months free access to all of Skillshare's courses. So even if you want, you can just devour all the courses that you want in 2 months, and then you can just cancel and not pay a dime. Or maybe after 2 months you realize that, hey, this is a service that actually really has been beneficial. I've learned so much, so I'm willing to keep my subscription and pay the monthly fee, which I don't think is very expensive. I think it's something like $10 a month. So if you're interested in checking out my 2 courses or all the other courses that are available on Skillshare, click the link below and sign up, and you can get your free subscription. All right, let's go back to the video. So tip number 1 on how to build your portfolio: go and second shoot with other wedding photographers or videographers. There's tons of wedding photographers out there and videographers out there that would love to have a second shooter, and if you're willing to do it for free, probably even better. But when you go and second shoot with a wedding photographer or videographer, not only will you learn a ton by shooting with someone who has more experience with you, but at the same time, you're able to shoot a whole day with no stress on your shoulders. You can just relax behind the scenes, be taking photos, taking video, and collecting a portfolio of footage. Of course, as long as you have permission from that photographer, videographer, then you can take that footage to create your first portfolio pieces. You can edit some of the photos that you shot while you're second shooting, or you could create a small teaser wedding film from the footage that you filmed as a second shooter while you were shooting with that photographer or videographer. I remember when I first started in the wedding photography industry, I reached out to a friend who is a wedding photographer, and I said, hey, could I come with you on a wedding just to learn? And I remember when I showed up at the event, I was so clueless. I remember walking into the ceremony, my friend was like, yeah, I think in this ceremony, building ISO 400 will be good with a shutter of this. And I was like, what are you even talking about? That just goes to show how little I knew, but I learned so much in that one day, and even in that one wedding, even though I didn't know that much yet about photography, I was able to get a few photos that I was really happy with that I could use to advertise to other couples. So reach out to wedding photographers or videographers, because you never know what kind of opportunities will arise by shooting for them, and you'll be able to build a portfolio that you can use to advertise to other couples. So this is one way that you can build your portfolio if you don't yet have any wedding photos or wedding films to show. It's not going to cost you a thing. All you got to do is just be brave, reach out to a wedding photographer or videographer that you really enjoy their work, and go out and shoot with them, and eventually you will have a portfolio of your own. Tip number 2 on how to build your portfolio: Maybe offer to shoot a wedding for free for a friend or a family member. You know, if you're not charging any money for it, there's very little stress or pressure on your shoulders, and then you can just go out and shoot photos and video for that friend or family member. And most likely, they're not going to complain that someone is willing to do it for free. Now, some people might say, well, you can't make a living by doing work for free, and that's true, but if you want to get into the wedding industry, you got to start somewhere. There's no way that you're going to be able to get clients without having a portfolio of wedding photos or wedding films, so you got to start somewhere. I know for myself, the first ever wedding that I ever shot was for my cousin. I shot the photos that day. He didn't pay me a cent, but it gave me an opportunity to practice, to shoot, to get comfortable, and to build up my portfolio. Alright, tip number 3 on how to build your portfolio: organize fake elopements, bridal shoots, or couples shoots. Who's to stop you from organizing your own bridal shoot? Grab a friend, a couple who likes to be in front of the camera, grab a suit, borrow maybe a wedding dress from a friend, or contact a wedding dress studio in your city and ask, hey, could I borrow a wedding dress from you guys for a day to shoot? And you guys can use those photos for your guys' company, and as well, I'll be able to build my portfolio. It doesn't actually require too much of you to plan a fake bridal shoot, but it's an amazing way to build your portfolio because you can go out with that couple in a very stress-free environment and situation, go to a bunch of different locations and shoot portraits. As well, it's a great way for you to decide what kind of style of wedding photography or filmmaking that you want to do, because you can decide the style, the theme, the location, and the vibe of the photos and the video that you're going to create when you have a fake bridal couple shooting with. So that's a great way if you don't have any weddings to shoot, you don't have any wedding couples to shoot, just plan your own bridal shoot. It doesn't require very much, and you're gonna get great photos and video for your portfolio. For example, I had a friend who wanted to steer away from traditional wedding photography and filmmaking and go more into elopement photography. And literally what he did was he planned with 5 different couples, 5 different elopement shoots, and from there he was able to create a huge portfolio of elopement photos, which he was then able to advertise to couples and get more elopement shoots. So really, if you want a certain style of wedding photography or a certain style of wedding filmmaking, just go out there, plan some fake shoots of your own, and from there you'll be able to use those to advertise to more couples. Okay, so once you've shot as a second shooter for a wedding photographer or wedding filmmaker, or you've offered to shoot a wedding for free for a friend or a family member, or you simply just planned your own bridal shoot or couple shoot, then you will eventually have a portfolio. And once you have that portfolio, that's when it's time to really establish the kind of company that you want to be. I remember for my brother and I, when we started Heart Visuals, it was a huge step to do all the branding, you know, making a logo, making a website, and officially launching your company. But it was a great feeling at the same time because it felt so concrete, and you finally kind of put it out there to the whole world to say, hey guys, we are now in the wedding photography and filmmaking industry, hire us. And almost immediately, your friends and family want to support you. They want to share your guys' business, and already you will get some work just through word of mouth. But from there, once you have an established brand, that's when you can start branching out onto Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, maybe even TikTok. You want to reach out to all the different social networks to try and reach out to couples in your area so that you can get wedding clients. Not only can you rely on just the organic word of mouth and growth from social media, but as well, if you do have a budget, you could actually do some sponsored posts or sponsored Facebook posts where you can actually target a specific group of people. So you could target your city, people who are engaged from the age of 20 to 35, and they'll find your wedding company. It's a great way to target people who are looking for wedding photographers or filmmakers, and most likely they will reach out to you. On top of reaching out to wedding couples through social media, through word of mouth, through your website, as well, it's really important to network with other photographers and filmmakers in the wedding industry because, you know, a lot of times if someone's already double booked, they might want to refer their double booking to you, and vice versa. If you're already booked and you get double booking, you can refer a friend. So a really great way to get more wedding clients is simply just to share wedding clients with other friends who are also in the wedding photography or filmmaking business. Because the truth is, at the end of the day, there's only so many weekends in a year, and once you've booked that weekend, you can't book another wedding. So why not share with all the other wedding photographers and filmmakers in your area to make sure that everyone is succeeding in their business. I've always lived by the principle that your benefit is my benefit and my benefit is your benefit. A good friend of mine, my brother Matti, always taught me that, and I've tried to live by that as well, because it never hurts to help out someone, because eventually it probably will come back to you in some way, shape, or form. Alright guys, hopefully this video will give you a roadmap to figure out how to get into the wedding photography or filmmaking industry and how to get your first clients. Really, you just got to get out there, start building your portfolio. Once you build your portfolio, get the word out that you are in business and you are going to land your first wedding clients. I'm so excited to hear how this video will help you guys. Please comment below, share with me which tips and tricks have helped you in growing your wedding business. And as well, comment below your recent wedding photos or wedding videos that you've shot. I'd love to check out the wedding films and the wedding photos that are being created in this community. Alright guys, if you are new to this channel and you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, but it's a huge thing for this channel to help it grow and to help more photographers and filmmakers. And as well, just want to wish you a fantastic week.